What's up, guys? Maybe girls this time. We're taking a look at our first quote-unquote girls toy on the channel. We've got the Star Wars Forces of Destiny Rey and BB-8 figure from Hasbro. These aren't really for me, they're for my daughter, but they're Star Wars toys. They honestly interest me a little bit more than I really thought they would, so I had to pick them up when I found them. We're going to take a look at them before my daughter gets a hold of them. So let's take a look at packaging real quick. This is the standard package for the line, and this is one of the, I guess, deluxe figures, because she comes with BB-8. There are 5 figures total right now, 2 that have a companion, and then 3 that are just individual dolls, figures, whatever you want to call them. So we've got a kind of blister bubble package. It is not resealable that I can tell. Obviously, I haven't cracked her open yet, but I'm pretty sure this is not meant to be resealed in any way. I mean, why would it be? We've got the kind of Forces of Destiny color scheme. If you've watched the YouTube shorts, you kind of know what the style is. We've got Rey and BB-8 down there in the bottom. We've got our doll. We've got BB-8. We've got a lightsaber. She's obviously in resistance gear in this iteration of the figure. Spin her around. It's got some more artwork. Shows the action feature that these figures present. And then we've got a couple other figures. We've got Jin and Sabine down there on the bottom. So let's pull her out and take a closer look. Alright, so here is Rey and BB-8 out of the packaging, and I gotta say, these things are pretty much a pain to get out of the package, so maybe that's how these kind of dolls are. I don't know, but it was interesting. Twist ties and zip ties everywhere. They were all over the place. Let's take a quick look. There's some to talk about here. There's not a great deal to talk about. I know a lot of people are kind of up in arms, maybe not, that's not the best way to say it, but they're kind of pissy about this line and the web shorts and all of it. I don't personally care. It's a Star Wars toy. I have a daughter. This works out really well. So, you know, she's going to have Black Series figures and 3 3/4 inch figures. She's also going to have these 10-inch dolls, or however tall they are, 10 or 11 inches. And, you know, if you don't like them, don't buy them. There's no reason to get crazy over them. I think they are, for what they are, they're kind of cool. They look pretty good. I like the web shorts. They're fun. They're 2 minutes long. I don't have to invest a lot of time in it, so I'm not going to complain about them. Let's take like I said, let's take a quick look after I rant. Let's take a quick look at this. I keep wanting to call it a figure. It's not really a figure. It sort of is. People who know what this is, because this is kind of in the same vein as like the DC dolls that they make, and then the Monster High type things as well. I think it seems like it fits in that kind of category anyway. So it's articulated. So it's not really a doll, but it's not really an action figure. So something different. Different creature altogether. We're going to take a quick look at BB-8 first, just because, you know, he's a ball with another thing on it. He's kind of cool. He's, you know, a couple inches tall, 2.5, 3 inches tall. The head is articulated. It can swivel. It's got solid paint apps on it. He's hollow. But he sits up straight though, so that's good. No real issues in that regard. He's what you would expect to get in terms of a BB-8 in this line. Doesn't really do a whole lot, but he fits with the overall theme and the fact that he comes with Rey. So we're going to move him aside and we're going to focus on the main attraction here. So, like I said, these things are about 10, 11 inches tall. They feature soft goods. They have limited articulation, kind of limited paint apps, but for the most part, they're pretty true to the actual look and style of the web shorts. So they're not supposed to look like other toys. They're not supposed to look like the movies. These are stylized versions, so get over that if that's a hang up for you. We'll go over what articulation there is. So head is on what seems like a bit of a ball. It has a limited up and down motion, but it has side to side. The arms are articulated. They go out. They do have bicep, not a bicep. They have an elbow joint. It's a single jointed elbow. And then they do have wrist rotation. There is waist rotation, but that plays into the action feature, so it's not really meant to be moved by hand. The legs can move. There is articulation there, but at least for Rey, the little skirt piece is going to get in the way quite a bit. They have single joints at the knee, and then they have a rotation at the same joint in that knee, so you can kind of, you know, swivel her leg around. You don't really need to. They stand pretty decently on their own in terms of just a neutral pose, which is all right. As far as the sculpt goes, I think they're pretty nice. They look really good. The Rey in particular looks very much like what I remember from the web shorts that I've watched. So she looks good. There is some texturing on the undershirt, on the little tunic area here. I mean, most of it is just kind of textured, sculpted detail in that regard. She's got her holster, hangs on her belt. She does come with her blaster. It's just a solid piece of silver molded plastic. No paint on it at all. And then she's got her boots. It was like space Uggs or something. They can be taken off. So if you want her barefoot, you can pull these off. I'm assuming it's just for ease of assembly and maybe manufacturing and molding. Or it could be just a feature of this style of doll. Like I said, I don't know. As far as the head sculpt goes, looks like a pretty standard like doll style head, but it's sculpted well. Proportions look good based on the source material. And then of course she's got rooted hair. So this is, you know, Barbie style hair, or at least that's what I consider it anyway, with the kind of little buns on the back. And it looks good. There are some stray hairs here and there, but I don't know if that's avoidable, really. It seems like it's unavoidable for this kind of toy. And they're probably going to be everywhere once my daughter actually gets a hold of this, when I can ensure she won't eat the head first thing. Like I said, she does offer soft goods, and honestly, they're pretty damn good. She's got the, what are these, like the arm warmers? They're sleeves, but they aren't attached to the vest. It's a weird style. And then she's got the vest, and it's pretty good. It's everything hangs on her really well. I like this better than I like a lot of the Black Series soft goods. But I guess that's mostly just due to the size and what it is. The arm sleeves have some printed detail on them with the fabric, and then different fabric on the upper arm of the bicep, and then there is some design on the back. It looks like stitching, basically. As far as the paint on the face goes, I think it's pretty decent. There's, you know, she's got the red lips, she's got kind of a blush look to her cheeks, and then she's got the freckles, and then the eyes. They're forward facing. No real issues. I don't think we see the same kind of issues with a toy of this scale and type of an action figure. Now, as far as the action feature goes, she can basically swing her lightsaber down, is what she does. So you squeeze the legs, and she swings down. There's a, it's actually the right leg. There's a little button in the hinge that will trigger the motion. So she swivels at the waist, and then she just sort of slashes with her saber. Speaking of the lightsaber, it is overall pretty decent. It's obviously the Luke, the Skywalker saber. Not a great deal to talk about. We've seen this for years and years and years, but it's just in a bigger, you know, more stylized setting in this point. But it's pretty good. She holds it well. She can hold it in both hands, but the left hand is meant for her to hold the gun. Obviously, she has a trigger finger there. You know, I mean, this is obviously meant to bring girls into the Star Wars fold, basically, to get them a little more interested, to give them a toy that really has never existed for them. And I think it's a good first attempt. I like it. I like the way they're packaged, except for how to get them out. That was a pain. I like the fact that this one comes with BB-8. I like the soft goods, surprisingly. And overall, it looks like it's supposed to. So I can't really fault them. And if this is your thing, I think you're probably going to be interested in it. So that is going to do it for this little quick look at the Forces of Destiny Rey and BB-8 figure, doll, whatever, from Hasbro. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time.